All right. Welcome, adventurers, and well met. A little technical difficulties this evening for some reason. Not really sure what's going on. We've got a little bit of lag. I think on my end. Again, we mentioned all the time in our other streams that we're going to be updating the computer very soon here as well. But welcome in, Master of Dungeons here on the Master of Dungeons Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the Master of Dungeons, where we do all things D&D, save for our Monday evenings where we take a little break. Streaming 6 days a week, of course, except for every day but Saturday. Tonight is our live D&D play with playing our episode 3 of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Welcome in. Looks like we have a little mix-up on the cameras down there. Let me see what's going on with that. Some, just live stuff going on. For
It
some
wouldn't be
reason or
live if we didn't
another.
have issues.
Let me see if this will change it around. Give me a second here. I don't know why it's doing that. We're fine, just fine the last time we played. Maybe it's because I'm not in there. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to make things a little bit even more tougher. Nope, that's not what's doing it either. Oh my goodness, what is going on with this? Huh. Well, I guess we're going to have to do it like this. A little bit easier to do it like this. We'll go like that. I don't even know what is going on with the lag tonight. It's just insane. I know, it just keeps moving the wrong stuff. Stop.
Real-time
I'm gonna turn
editing.
the camera off. For some reason, it changed everyone's cameras around this week when you got into our Discord tonight. It was just fine, like when we did our tech call. It was hilarious that everything was working just fine then, right?
That's the way.
Everyone was in the right position.
Murphy.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy, yeah.
We're about centering them later, I guess. We'll have to double check it again before next week to make sure it's all in position. But the lag is just crazy that I'm getting on my end for some reason. I made sure it wasn't my wife streaming because I made her turn off all the streaming stuff. I got her a bunch of movies to watch.
Good call.
I said, hey, babe, do me a favor and turn the Wi-Fi off on your phone. All right, well, at least everyone's in the right positions, right? We got our Dantashin playing Ulmer, our Design Lizard playing Hannibal, and Angelus playing Felix. Go ahead, guys. After all this crazy technological difficulties at the beginning of the stream tonight, let's go ahead and reintroduce your characters. Dantashin, go ahead and begin with you first, if you would.
Okay, playing Ulmor Wakefield. He is a half-orc bard and now barbarian, or barbarian now bard, I should say. He's a barbarian, if you will. First level bard, first level barbarian. He's a background as a sailor, and he works hard so he can play hard. He's not the brightest fellow, but he means well. He does have a propensity to have a little bit of fun when he's drinking at a tavern. Sometimes he likes to, cause a little mischief and get things started, and he's a big, strong guy, and sometimes bad things happen, but hopefully not too bad. But anyway, that's Ulmor for you.
And of course, he is a half orc, which means that if you drop to 0, you drop to 1 instead, which we found out again in our last episode. Yeah,
we found that out last week. Yes, it is. I had it on the sheet, and I had just had forgotten about it because I hadn't played the half orc before. I've DM'd a half orc, but
yeah, that was a pretty hectic combat too. That was a pretty intense combat as well.
Yeah, it was tense. first level, second level. I mean, whatever. It was. Yeah.
All right, so the next we have Hannibal, just playing by Design Lizard. Go ahead, Hannibal.
Hannibal Kane is a hill dwarf, and he's a level 2 monk. Just starting to learn things about key points, so that'll be interesting. It's my first monk. Try to keep the party busy with a lot of monkey business. He runs from a background of far traveler wander. So stereotypical non
Social
I guess
monk.
they're claim to famous. They don't have a claim to fame. They're just another person wandering through life, lawful neutral and happy to be here.
All right, thank you, Hannibal. And of course, Angelus playing Felix.
Yep, Felix is a Lightfoot halfling, Order of the Scribes wizard. He's background is an urchin. He grew up on the streets of Neverwinter, and that's really it. Yeah, grew up on the streets. Met our current employer. His name I can't remember at the moment. And works on jobs for him.
All right, so we have our halfling wizard, our dwarven monk, and our half-orc barbarian. Currently, the group is in Fandalen. They had met an encounter along the road. They were coming to the town to deliver some supplies and look for their companion. They found their companion and his friend's horse on the road. They went up, explored some, went through a goblin hideout where they found one of their Sildar, who was captured, and their other companion is Gundren, is nowhere to be found. They returned back to the town of Fandalen, where they went to the Lion Shield Coaster, and returned the goods that they found and went to the Stonehill Inn. You met a couple of people on the way. Obviously, you stopped by Barthen's Provisions and sold some of your weapons, bought some new gear, met Barthen, who runs the Barthen's Provisions. Traveling down to the Coster, you encountered the sister Garael, who is in charge of the Shrine of Luck. You also passed by the town green, made your way down to the Coster, and then went back to the Stonehill Inn. You got a little bit of information from some of the people in the town itself. You had spoken with Elsa, of course, the dwarven bartender. She had mentioned that Darren Edermath, the orchard keeper, is a former adventurer. You had also found out from another member that was in the Toblin, the actual innkeeper, had mentioned that the person. You also found out that Thel Dindrar, a local woodcarver, had a bunch of run-ins with the Red Brands here in town as well. This is some sort of ruffian group called the Red Brands, trying to kind of take over the town of Fandalen, if I could talk right. You also heard some information here and there. Some marauders have been attacking trade caravans. The Red Brands have been hassling every business in town except for the Miners' Exchange. You also heard that the one place you don't want to encounter the Red Brands would be the Sleeping Giant. Of course, that is the big watering hole that most of the locals used to go to, but don't go to so much anymore because of the Red Brands kind of hanging out in that area. Been causing a little bit of trouble around the town. Also, it was mentioned that Harbin Wester might have some sort of connection to the Red Brands. Not really necessarily sure, but Harbin Wester is the town master of Fandalen. So you've been at the Stonehill Inn. I believe you got yourselves 10 days worth of rooms there. The rooms for you will last for 10 days. You have 10 days worth of stay there. You've taken a long rest. It is the morning. What would you like to do? Where would you like to head to next? You know that the sister mentioned something about having some sort of quest for you if you'd like to help her out. And perhaps speaking with the former drow adventurer at the orchard might be of interest as well. Perhaps even talking with the woodworker.
Um, well, what have we decided, um, fellows? I know that upon waking up, Ulmore, of course, would be ready to get out and stretch his legs and do his morning exercises. He likes to swing his sword around in the early morning. It's just a ritual he has. He'd like to get out and do that a little bit if he can, as soon as possible. But other than that, going to the shrine, going to the orchard, going to the miners' exchange. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think following Elsa's lead, heading out to talk to that Darren, or talking to the sister is a great place to start. Either one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I think either. Yeah, I think the sisters wouldn't be a bad idea stopping in there. She's already seen us, so no
Yeah.
no harm showing our
And
faces there again.
sure. And if we step right out, it's right there in the town area, so be far to go.
Okay.
All right.
So you're deciding to head over to the Shrine of Luck.
Yes.
Of course, as you head over to the Shrine of Luck, it of course is there's really no temple in Fandalen itself. Of course, it's really the only place of any type of worship would be this small shrine made of stones, taken from the nearby ruins. The ruins that you've heard about is this place called Tresindar Manor, which is off to the east of the town itself. And of course, the shrine itself is dedicated to Timora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. As you approach, of course, you do see Sister Garael, a young elf, kind of tending to the little plants and things like that, setting up incense and things of that nature on the shrine itself. And she
Morning.
looks up as you approach and motions to her, says, friends, yes. Pleased to meet you again. Have you settled in at the inn?
Yes. Would
Uh,
now be a good time to talk to you?
Oh yes, yes, certainly. She kind of stands up and brushes her hands off and adjusts her apron and says, "Please, come over here. My home is just here." Of course, you did recall that she had pointed out that her home is very close by. And she brings you in and says, "Would anyone care for a cup of tea?"
Sure.
And
Yes,
she
sure.
will. You go in. It's a fairly plain inside of the house. It's fairly plain. It's not very lavishly decorated, um, and she seems to live a fairly simple, modest life in the small town here. And after she offers you a seat on the couches, she has a couch and a sitting chair around a coffee table, and she heads off of the room. You can see there's a rather large opening with no doorway that leads into a kitchen area, and she seems to already have a piping hot water boiling on the wood stove, and pours some tea and brings it over to everyone.
Ulmore takes it and gives it a quick sniff, nods his head, thanks, and go. That says, "Thank you. Thank you for this. What kind of tea is this?"
Just morning breakfast tea, of course. Gathered from herbs around the area outside of the town. Yes, well, I'm sure that you're interested in getting down to business. She kind of straightens her apron and kind of looks around at you, and you see a little bit of look of seriousness come across her face. Recently, my superiors have asked me to undertake a delicate mission. They want me to persuade, or at least the mission is to persuade a dangerous banshee named Agatha to answer a question about a spell book. And you see her kind of, wince a little bit as you did hear rumors in the Stonehill Inn that she had come back from town, from a trip out of town, and she seemed to be wounded. She says, I underestimated Agatha's wrath when I attempted to approach the Banshee. Before I fled for my life, I did note that the Banshee spoke wistfully about the beautiful baubles she owned in life. I do need an intermediary to bring Agatha a suitable gift and persuade the Banshee to tell what she knows about the location of a spell book belonging to a legendary mage by the name of Bo Gentle.
Bo? Book from Bo?
Bo Gentle.
Oh, sorry. Bo O Gentle.
Sorry, I'm typing those in the chat for you. I'll put those in
I see.
our Twitch chat as well. And then oops. There we go. Yes, I do have a suitable gift. She did mention the baubles that she owned in life, and I do have something that we might be able to perhaps trade. I think that if one of you are able to use flowery words and such like that with Agatha, you might be able to trade this. And she pulls out a very fine jeweled silver comb made of silver, fairly large, not extremely large, about maybe the size of your hand, made of silver, and you see jewels inset all around the handle of the comb itself.
Ooh, that's a very nice comb.
Thank you.
Who is this in life? Agatha.
I am unsure. My superiors, and everyone, give me an insight check too, if you would, please. Keep in mind we are in tier 1. So a 10 should be just enough. You do note that when she says superiors, Ulmer, she doesn't seem to be. Her glances when she says her superiors doesn't seem to glance towards her holy symbol. It seems to glance over to like where her cloak is, and she seems to like. You can notice that there's some sort of something underneath the edge of her cloak.
Okay. I see something underneath the edge without trying to be too obvious. Sipping on his tea, Ulmore kind of looks over. Can he get a better look? Kind of a discerning look, is like he's looking at it from afar.
Well,
Can
it
you see
is.
what it is?
No, it's definitely under her cloak.
Okay, it's under the cloak. Okay. All right. So,
Kind of eyeballing Ulmer, trying to figure out what's he getting at.
yeah, Ulmore's just kind of, trying to put it all together, and he's thinking, okay, well, we might be able to help you with this.
I can offer you, of
does
course.
sound dangerous.
Yes, I can, of course, give you a payment for your efforts. I do have some potions of healing that I could give you in exchange
Ooh.
for your efforts, of course. One for each of you.
Right. I was going to ask you for luck. I would like to be lucky. I think
course.
luck goes a long way.
Of course, I would definitely give you the blessings of Timora.
Thank you. Not really that religious, but I do tend to not offend them. He looks up and looks around. A little luck goes a long way sometimes. I could tell you tales, things I've seen while out at sea, and I could, well, remember when. And then he stops himself before he goes into a long story and sips his tea really quickly, catching a look from Hannibal.
She does kind of note you looking at her, um, like her cloak and what might be underneath it, and she kind of looks at you and she gives you a very patient and polite smile, and she says, "Perhaps we'll speak to that after you've completed your mission." And she smiles pleasantly at you.
Oh, okay, sure. I get it. Nothing to see here. Let's move along.
Anything else we need to know?
She can give you directions to where she had traveled to meet the Banshee.
Okay.
We got some luck. All right.
In the form of inspiration. Everyone go ahead and start the game with inspiration here now.
All right.
Now, she does say a
What-
blessing to Timora, wishing you luck upon your adventures.
As yeah, and she has wearing a holy symbol of Timora, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
She just mentioned that it's the ruins of the town of Coneyberry. Has been abandoned for years and lies in ruins. And the Tribord Trail does run through the abandoned town. And there would be an old...
Honeyberry.
Yes. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat for you. And that there is from the ruins, there's an old trail that kind of leads northwest into Neverwinter Wood. And following that trail for a few miles outside of the ruins of the town, you should find Agatha's lair.
Lair.
Northwest. Trail.
Yes, trail
northwest.
leading northwest into the Neverwinter Wood.
Okay.
All right, shall we?
Let's go. We'll get back to you. We'll let you know what we find here within the next 10 days.
And she smiles politely and hands you all a small little bundle that contains some day's rations and a few pastries and such like that. And you see her, she nods and wishes you good luck and starts cleaning up the tea and the cups and such like that from the table.
I sure hope she has a lot of those potions of healing. Hope I don't need it. Bye. And he kind of walks out and he says, "Oh wait, I've got your teacup." Sets it back down,
Sets it back
as he
down.
walks out.
So,
All right.
heading out of town, you of course will pass by the provisions at Barthen's Provisions if there's anything you wish to purchase before you're heading out on your quest. Otherwise, let me know if you're ready.
Oh wait,
I was going to ask Almer,
Before we-
should we let someone know that we're leaving?
it's probably a good idea. Someone at the inn.
Yeah, maybe let Elsa know.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, we should stop there and let her know that we're going to be
Someone-
gone. We might be gone a few days. Do we have any
Because we're
idea?
not-
Yeah, do we have any idea how long we're going to be gone as far as how far the distance is?
Well, let's see
There and
here.
back.
Let's bring you over to the Sword Coast map here in the area. You are in right now in the town of Fandalen. Let me zoom in here a little bit, and we'll bring this over to our other screen so the viewers can see it as well. Give me a few moments.
Okay.
So you're down here in Fandalen. Let me go to the GM layer. Get some over here. The ruins of Coneyberry are all the way up here to the northeast, and the map that she gave you denotes that Agatha's lair should be a few miles northwest of Coneyberry,
Okay.
inside the Neverwinter Wood.
Okay. All right.
And for
One
those of
hex
you
is
watching,
5 miles.
yes, for those of you watching, of course, you will see my view in Roll20. So please do your best to not give any information to our players.
Yeah, we're not looking.
Nope. Not looking.
Don't look at the screen. So yeah, each square should be 5 miles. If you pull out your measuring tool, it should let you know how long each square is. So it's about 8 miles back to the Tribord Trail from Fandalen, and then you're looking about 40 miles to Coneyberry, and then not too far off of that would be Agatha's Lair. This would be a good time for us to look up travel time, especially for those that might be viewing us that are new to Dungeons and Dragons. So we could definitely look for travel. So it's going to be, we'll say 45 miles total, including the trip from Fandalen back to the trail, the Tribord Trail down to Coneyberry, and then, of course, Agatha's Lair into the woods. So we can go to travel, and we'll go to movement pace, basically, movement travel pace. So traveling out, you have a couple of different choices. You have your vehicle. Of course, keep in mind, you do have the wagon and the draft horses. 2 draft horses and the cart. I believe it was a cart, right? Not a wagon. That you have. Go ahead and check your notes, definitely. So you can travel by vehicle if you want, and if you travel with the horses, you basically move at a vehicle pace, which is you could make it there fairly quickly. Probably within a couple of hours using your vehicles. If you want on foot at a fast pace, it would take you a day and a half maybe to get there. Just traveling by foot at a normal pace, not being necessarily in a hurry, it'd probably take you a couple of days to get there.
Sure. Yeah. I don't have the wagon in my notes, but I did. I was thinking it was a wagon, but if it was a cart, that's fine. I just don't remember.
Oh, not a problem. We can easily go back into the other section here.
I don't know how much of a difference a cart would be for a speed or for travel for versus a wagon, but
We had a wagon.
Yeah,
I
might have been a
remember
wagon.
hiding a wagon. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep,
Agatha's
driving the
Lair.
wagon. Yes, you do have a wagon. And you have. I'm sorry, not 2 horses, 2 oxen. That's right, 2 oxen pull the wagon.
2 oxen. All right. Super fast.
So you want to take those. Now keep in mind that Coneyberry is a ruins. You don't know what might be around there.
What do you say, guys? Take our wagon and oxen, or just
But if you
Hitch
do
'em
wish,
up.
Yeah.
if you do wish to leave them behind, Sildar is going to wait here. Shaelrin does join you. She says that she will join you for the trip as well, in case you need any sort of healing or anything of that nature. She's interested to see what happened to Gunrid as well. But Sildar, if you wish to leave the oxen and the wagon behind, Sildar has no problem looking after them in the town.
I think everyone wants to take the wagon. Just
Okay.
Save time.
Sure.
It'd be better to take the wagon, save
Okay.
some time.
So it is mid-morning, well, a little after breakfast when you depart the town, and making your way through. Let's go ahead and do something fun. You don't really have any trouble. It's a fairly nice day. Doesn't seem to be any inclement weather, anything of that nature. And you are able to make your way to the outside of the ruins of Coneyberry fairly quickly. Takes you about maybe 2.5 hours or so. So it's just before midday when you arrive. Let's go back to our game screen here.
The whole time we were riding, if Ulmar wasn't actually, driving the cart, he was plucking on his lute, coming up with a song. Basically, he's trying to figure out a way to write a song about Neverwinter not being cold anymore.
Well, it does have the volcano on the outside of it, so
Yeah, that's true. True. Yeah, he's just he's coming up with some lyrics. He's plucking his lute as we're going along.
Sure. And again, fairly, like I said, a pleasant trip. The oxen move at a fairly nice pace, and you do come upon the ruins of Coneyberry. Of course, you can see the town itself, the old huts, and some of the stacked stone buildings and such like that have begin to crumble here and there. You see a few scattering of different wildlife and forest animals and plains animals, kind of. Running off in different directions and scattering as you approach. Not very much in that still stands in the village itself. But after a little bit, you're able to make your way through the abandoned town and do note the old trail that leads northwest into the Neverwinter Wood.
All right. I think perhaps we should think ahead about what we're going to do with our cart once we get in the woods. I don't know. Is the trail pretty wide going into the woods that we're on, or is it? Will we be able to take the cart into the woods?
It might be difficult to take the wagon in,
Okay.
but it's. I mean, you could do it. It'd be definitely slow travel.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
it's not
once
like
again,
a
I
wide.
think
It's not like a
the
wide.
wagon-
It's not like a wide wagon trail or anything. Yeah, it's more like a hunter
All
or
right.
game trail.
Got you. Okay. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say we could probably set the wagon, here in Coneyberry since it's a, ruin of a town anyway.
Okay. Yeah, sort
So
of
we
find a
just
place.
leave it here, leave the
find a
oxen
place to
somewhere
hide it.
that they can munch. Yeah,
Like an old abandoned barn or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. A place to keep it out of
Yeah.
view.
Well, go ahead and
Some hay.
maybe give me an investigation check, a survival check, or a perception check, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Let's go back over to the combat screen so everyone can see your rolls.
Yeah.
And we have somebody with a 21 right off the bat. Felix with his suggestion.
Boom.
Oh my goodness!
Nailed it.
And even the screen here, I just noticed. Give me a second. Let me fix our names over here. That is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I
Homer
see it now.
And Hannibal.
Yeah.
Let's switch those over. That is crazy.
Look at that magnificent chest hair.
Hey, get that chest hair off of me.
Get off my chest hair.
Hey Mitch, while you're doing that, was there time for me to cast my Find Familiar ritual?
Yes, of
During-
course.
while we were,
yeah, you could.
traveling?
You could definitely could have done that while you're traveling. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna summon a bat.
Okay. Were there any other rituals that anyone wanted to cast as you were traveling?
Um,
Oh.
Let's see, what are the rituals doing? Got a bunch.
I have ritual casting, but I don't really have any spells for that.
You know what's going to happen is next we're going to come back to this game next Sunday, and everything's going to be flip flopped, right?
It's just going to be all messed up again.
That's the way we
Next
should play
Sunday.
it. It's like D&D roulette. Oh no, Felix is the DM this week.
Well, the funny thing is that when we set up the cameras and such like that, it's showing your cameras reversed for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine is because
No, go ahead.
in Discord it's backwards on my shirt, and on the stream it's forwards.
Oh, that's right. That's our wonderful shirt from our merch store. If you want to pick one of those up.
My shirt is
I was gonna say-
backwards, me, but I see your shirt, Dan, is the right way around on Discord.
Well, yeah.
And
Yeah, same.
I'm the only one that didn't get like fixed. Mine's mirrored in Discord, so Otter had to do something with the Streamlabs for my camera.
Yes, we do wish Otter well. That's why I'm running the streams now. So there's going to be some technical difficulties over the next few weeks as we play through. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. But yes, you can go ahead and summon your bat. I'll make sure to pull a bat. I think we have. Did we have one already in the journal for you?
I don't know. I didn't say anything about
No worries.
it before now, so.
Yeah, we can easily do that real quick. Like I said, we are also about teaching and letting people learn. We'll just go to our journal here. We'll type in bat. We'll pull a bat out. I'll pull a bat out here on this map. We'll get rid of that here in a second. It'll pull out the character sheet. We'll fix that real quick to where it's not whispering any rolls. As soon as roll 20 catches up with us. There we go. Never whisper rolls, perfect. We'll add that to Dex. Actually, we're not worried about the Dex because we'll have it just go on your turn. And then I'll just go like this. We'll edit that so that it is in Felix's journal. Felix can edit it as well. We'll save the changes and we'll quickly go through. We'll adjust the bat so that you can see its hit points. It's an awesome 1 hit point. We'll update the default token. We'll save the settings and then we will delete our bat. That way, when you get into combat and you need to pull it out, we will put that in your journal as well. That should be at the top of your journal at the moment. We'll put it.
Yep,
We'll change
found
it
it.
around later for you. So if someone would please go ahead and move your party token over to near Agatha's lair. All right. So yeah, looking through with your perception, investigation, such like that, you're able to find a fairly secure. I mean, it is worn down. You see parts of the thatched roof are caving in, but you are able to find a abandoned barn fairly close to the edge of town, where you'll be able to set up leave the wagon and the oxen in there. And of course, Sheldon will help you with the taking off the harnesses and such like that. Anybody proficient with wood carver's tools or anything like that?
no wood carving.
Smith's tools is the best we could go.
What about mason's tools? Anything of that nature?
No. Got navigator tools and water vehicles.
Unfortunately, Sheldon doesn't have any tool proficiencies to aid you with. Just looking around, you can see the stalls aren't really are kind of in disrepair. So, do you have any ideas about how you want to maybe secure the stalls, or perhaps secure the doors on the outside of the barn? As I said, it is a little bit run down.
Just if it's run down, are there any extra lumber, like pieces that have fallen off, or logs, or fence posts, or things? If that,
go ahead and
Bullmore
give-
might start. Okay.
I was going to say, give me a survival check as you're kind of looking about, see if you can scrounge some stuff up.
Okay.
You do find a few pieces here and there, but I mean, again, this town's been abandoned for a while, and most of the wood that you find is kind of rotting.
Okay. All right. Well, Omar will do his best to grab a few pieces of wood and kind of stick it up, kind of like in an X shape, where he thinks that they might not want to cross it. He's not sure, but he tries.
Anything else, Hannibal or Felix? You have any other ideas that you'd like to lend to the party to help secure the oxen?
I got some rope we can use to maybe just keep them, have a travel line that they can eat along.
Okay.
One end of the stable and one end at the other through like their harnesses or something, and they can just you know, if they can find
Yeah,
grass
that's
or
cool.
something to munch
Like,
on.
yeah, they can wander, but not too far.
Okay. And
Yeah.
actually, Felix, do you happen to have the mending cantrip?
I think I might. Let me double check. I don't.
Okay. What about you, Ulmer? Do you have the mending cantrip with your bard class?
I don't have it listed. No,
Okay.
once I had picked, I don't have it. Nope.
I can check for Shale Wren for you to see if she happens to have the mending cantrip. She does not. She's got things just to save you, not material objects.
Much appreciated there. Thanks, Sheldon.
But give me some different skills that you might use with those ideas with the rope and things like that. What skills you might make to make a group check to secure the barn so that your oxen are safe.
Okay, well, Olmar was a sailor, so he's fairly proficient at knots, and he knows about navigating and stuff like that. But as far as being on board ship, he's able to hold his own as far as tying knots and rope work.
Okay.
So,
What skill do
he
you think
will,
would apply to that?
probably, I would say, a dexterity-based skill.
Sleight of hand, acrobatics.
Sleight of hand, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so don't roll it yet, but Ulmer is going to use sleight of hand for his part of the group check. Hannibal, what about you?
Hi. I think maybe I would use some of my survival skills.
Okay.
Run around, tug on different beams, see if I can
Perhaps
figure
scrounge
out
around.
what the weak parts are and shore them up,
Okay.
reinforce whatever the saddest looking parts of the structure would be.
Okay. And Felix, what about you?
I think the best I've got would be trying out with using the thieves' tools to, work something along with the ropes.
Okay.
Either that or my only other option I can think of would be sleight of hand as well. So
Okay. Fair enough. So each of you go ahead and make that chosen roll. Just a group check, so we just need two of you to succeed. We're going to set the DC at 12.
Oh,
oh hey, I can.
You can re-roll that. Since you do have halfling
I was
luck,
about to say,
since you did now, we might not have your halfling luck. Let's go ahead and see if it did not. It did not roll that. So actually, let me go ahead and open your character sheet real quick. We're going to show for those of you watching, if you are playing a Lightfoot halfling or halfling that does have halfling luck, I'm going to show you how to enable that on your character sheet. We'll open Felix's character sheet here and roll 20. After it decides to load, there we go. It's starting to load. We go back over here. Obviously, he's playing Lightfoot Halfling. We come over here. We click on the settings, and Halfling Luck is turned on. It just did not roll it for you. Huh. All right, fair enough. So what we'll do is, if ever Halfling Luck pops up like that and does not roll, that's when we'll apply your second roll of the two, your right and left, your left and right rolls. So a 23 we will go ahead and count as your second roll.
all right, works for me.
All right, so that is a success. You are able to secure the ruined barn enough to go ahead and secure the oxen within. About this time, though, it is about midday, so you're able to take your midday lunch, your midday meal, before heading off into the Neverwinter Wood.
okay.
So I will allow you the benefits of a short rest if you used any skills or anything like that. You get back after a short rest.
Nope.
Good to go.
No, good there.
All right. So, leaving the ruins of Coneyberry, you start to make your way along that trail that leads northwest into the Neverwinter Wood. After a few miles, the forest starts to grow dark and still as the trail winds deeper into the trees. The heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape the branches. The air is noticeably cooler than it was in the ruined village. After rounding a bend in the trail, you come upon a domed shelter made from warped, bowing branches of nearby trees, and a low doorway leads inside.
Ulmor immediately is trying to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Starts to, walk stealthily, if you will.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay.
And looking around if there's any cover, anything like a tree to hide behind, or bushes, or
Oh, they're
hedge
all
or
around
anything
you.
like
Yes, all around you. As I said, the
Okay.
forest grows a little bit thicker here, a little bit darker. Again, the air is definitely noticeably cooler
Okay.
around that area there.
So, kind of staying with the.
Sharon does whisper to you that the coldness is probably because the banshee is undead.
Okay.
I lean over to the cleric and ask if she has anything that can help with that.
I can be on the ready, but I would note that a banshee is an extremely powerful creature. I would exercise caution and remember what we came here for.
Just give her the comb.
We didn't come to kill her. We came to
Give her a gift.
negotiate.
Yeah. Who has the comb?
Who accepted
You
it?
do.
Yeah,
Ulmor has it.
yeah. You're probably the
Yeah.
one that's probably got the best of the flowering words, since I believe Hannibal and Felix both have a charisma of 8 as their dump stat.
Okay. No.
10.
Oh, it's 10. Okay.
Yeah, almost got
Sunstrike.
14.
Sunset strength.
Okay. So yeah.
Shailran can assist you if you need to on things. I'm not going to obviously have her as an NPC take over the roles, but she's got a charisma of 12. She can maybe aid you in certain persuasion, she does have persuasion, so she might be able to help you to give you assistance on any persuasion checks you might have. She also has guidance as well. So keep that in mind if you're making a persuasion check while you're interacting with the banshee. Once you find the banshee, she'll give you assistance and guidance.
Okay.
But is anybody else, Hannibal? How are you going to approach this shelter, this dome shelter made from warped bone trees and branches?
Weapons put away, but readily accessible.
Okay.
But visually, they're tucked in. Obviously, my as much as my little monk tiptoes can handle, I will try to traipse down on my tiptoes.
Stealthing as well. Go ahead and we'll give you a stealth check.
Come on, monkey business. Nice.
Excellent, excellent. We'll go ahead and make a check for Shailran as well. Don't think she has any token out here, so we'll go ahead and give a stealth check for her. She's at disadvantage because she is wearing chain armor. Actually, no, my apologies. I forgot. She's wearing a breastplate. That's right. So she does not have disadvantage. And then go ahead and, Felix, how would you like to approach?
Go quietly, just like my compatriots.
Oh, you can be a stealth check as well. Nice. The wizard is the stealthiest of the bunch.
Oh, no, Hannibal was.
Well, no, I mean with the +5 with your stealth skill.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
Nice. +5.
But yeah, as you start to approach, you can notice, again, as I mentioned, you can see a low doorway that leads inside.
Okay.
I whisper to them, do we announce ourselves? Do we just go in quiet? Do we whisper our names? Hello?
If we're gonna talk to her, maybe we should
Politely not.
just walk up and knock like we're just coming for a visit. Seeing as how she's undead, is that what Shailran? You said she's an undead, probably.
Yes,
She's an undead.
Yes, the banshees are usually the souls of elves that remain behind in this world. For what reasons? I'm not very well versed in them, but I am unsure why this creature would be behind. They say that sometimes banshees are souls of elves that have been left behind to protect things sometimes. I'm not sure exactly. I think I might have missed class that day. She kind of looks down a little.
Oh crap. Well, an elf ghost banshee thing. I think we really ought to be really nice to her. I'm not going to creep up there. And he just stands up and he pulls out his lute. I think we should just walk up there and talk to her really nicely.
Pull out
Agreed.
my harmonica and follow you.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to walk up to the edge. I'm kind of creeping up there. Omar, not necessarily as stealthy as everyone else. Maybe step on a couple of twigs here and there and some crunching of leaves. But you're able to make your way up to the low doorway, and it's fairly dark inside. But with your half-orc vision and dark vision, looking inside the small entryway, you can see that the home of sorts. Kind of sheltered within the dome of woven branches, sparsely furnished. You can see some chests, shelves, a table, a small little shade lounge. All of it old, very, very old. And most likely from the delicate features of all these different furnishings, probably of an elven craft.
Okay. And the door, it has a door that's just standing open.
There's no door.
Follow-
It's just a doorway.
No door at all.
Yeah, just
Okay.
an archway.
Oh, okay. Well, Olmore, he will take out his hand and he knocks on the wood 3 times, and then he starts playing a song very lightly. The best he can do in an elvish kind of flowery kind of song, and he just starts humming just a really low hum.
Does Omer speak Elvish?
No, he doesn't.
So
He speaks only common or let's see what does he speak here? Yeah, orc and common.
So you're playing a song that you think sounds Elvish.
He thinks it sounds. Yeah, he's
tell you
trying to
what.
be as light as he can.
I'll tell you what, give me a history check to see if you can recall as a bard, because you just became a bard.
Just became a bard.
Yeah, so you've been in your travels. So give me a history check just to see if you can recall some sort of Elvish little shanty or something like that. Oh no! So you're playing along with your 3 history check. Go ahead and give me a performance check as well.
Okay.
But we're going to make this performance check a disadvantage since you weren't able to recall it. So he starts plucking on his lute, and he starts saying, trying to make out Elvish words, and it's obviously very gibberish. Like as someone that does not know a foreign language tries to imitate it, and it sounds very horrible. But as you do that, the air grows cold, and a powerful feeling of dread grips you, and a pale light flickers just inside the structure, in the air, rapidly taking the form of a female elf. Her hair and robes seem to be waving, and her tattered robes seem to be waving in a spectral wind. You do note that a hateful expression kind of twists her features. She opens her mouth and snarls, "Foolish mortals! What do you want here? Don't you know? It is death to seek me out."
Oh, well, sorry, I thought you might like this song. We mean no disrespect.
I care nothing
pardon?
for music.
Pardon, okay, and I immediately put the lute back on my back. I will play no more. Excuse me, pardon me, but you are Agatha, are you not?
State your business. I am she.
Well, I brought something for you. Here. And he holds up the gold comb. He says, silver comb, I mean. The silver comb. He holds up the silver comb and he says, "Here, I brought this for you."
What do you wish? Gifts come with a price. What do you wish in exchange? She says, kind of eyeing you suspiciously. You can see that her face, it was, as I mentioned, was kind of twisted, a little bit hateful, but she does soften a little bit. But you can definitely see she's still very, very cautious as she looks back and forth between the 4 of you.
Well, we heard that you had a spell book here. And if you're not using it and you'd like this, we thought we'd give you this silver comb in exchange. Sounds like a good deal, huh?
And as you mentioned the comb and the question, you can see her face kind of fades from that twisted hate to more of a smile of cold amusement. And she gestures over to one of the chests, a small little chest on one of the tables and shelves inside her abode, as it were, her abode, and says, "Place it there very well. I know what you. I know that you seek many things. Ask me one question, and I will give you an answer."
Okay.
We're looking for the location of Lolato's spellbook.
Of whose spellbook?
The Bo Gentle
Oh, gentle. Wow.
spell book. Yes, here. And I'll take the comb and I'll lightly tiptoe over, like I'm trying to not make any noise, and set it on there on the at the chest. And said, "Yes, here's the comb for you. Could you tell us where the spell book is?" And he starts backing up very slowly.
And again, you see her eyes kind of squint as she smiles. Her smile grows a little bit bigger with the cold amusement. She can definitely feel the dread that is oozing from her and kind of making everyone uncomfortable. She says, Bojentle's spell book. I traded that book to a necromancer named Serenoth from the city of Arbor more than 100 years ago.
Necromancer. 100 years ago.
I do not know what became of the book afterwards.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'll put that in
Okay.
chat for you.
Okay. Well, guys, I guess that's it. Sorry to bother you. Thank you. And he starts kind of stepping back towards the door just a little bit. Well, could you tell us where we could find this Serenoth if he's out there still? Would he? Well, that's 100 years ago. Maybe he's long lived. Maybe he's an elf. I don't know. What do you think, guys? And Ulmor still is very uncomfortable. Not afraid, but very uncomfortable. He's just never been around anything like this before, and he's kind of making sure that he can get away from this
As
thing.
you start backing out, Ulmer, give me a Constitution saving throw as she kind of towards you.
Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. I don't go out the door, just go towards the door, so. All right. Oh.
At least you've been consistent.
You feel yeah, right with the rolls. You feel
Change the dice.
now that Otter's not with us. Yeah, it looks like Dodgson's the one that's going to be making the poor rolls.
Oh, my. Oh, no.
As you do, you kind of like trip over yourself, kind of stumbling back out of the ramshackle shelter, out into the wilds of the forest, and she starts cackling a little bit. And when you asked say the thing about where this might be, she said, "I said one question," and she waves her hand, and the all the bowed branches and stuff like that close over the entrance into that area.
Oh, no. Well, Ulmor's hurt his pride, apparently, and a little bit shaken, but now he just seems embarrassed. He kind of puts his head in his hand, shaking his head, not really knowing what to do next.
I look at Ulmer and tell him, I don't think there was any win in that game.
We had the comb. Man, 100 years?
Information we needed, right?
Shelrin says, "Indeed, we did. We did not. They just the sister only wanted to know what had happened to the book. We have discovered that information. That's what she asked us to do." Shelrin kind of agrees with Felix.
Man, I thought we could be able to get the spell book for her. I was wanting to get more luck. Oh well. and he just kind of dusts himself off a little bit and kind of looks around, making sure that he's able to not get attacked by any more unseen branches under his feet,
Sure.
and kind of stands out at the edge of the circle there, looking at the hut,
All right.
waiting.
Is there anything else to see around the hut?
No, not really. You can check about if you wish. Without any checks, again, it's fairly cold. And you do notice, so even without any sort of perception check, that Shailran kind of looks a little uncomfortable. Almost as if the more you pry, the more you poke, the higher the chances are that you might be in a battle with the Banshee, which she does not look comfortable with at all.
Oh yeah, Olmore is on his way out. He's on his way out, stepping out and down the path.
Let's hope our our oxen are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are ready to leave, you can make your way down the trail back to the southeast to the ruins of Conderbury, and you do find your oxen and your wagon untouched in the barn. You're able to make your way, hook them back up to the wagon, and after a couple of hours of travel, coming in late afternoon, perhaps just before evening, you're able to make your way back to Fandalen. And we will talk with the sister at the Shrine of Timora when we come back. We'll go ahead and it's about half or about quarter after the hour. So we get started a little bit late. We're going ahead and take our first break right here. So let's see here. It is about a quarter after, so we'll be back in a few minutes. For those of you watching, please stick around. We'll be right back. Take a small break, refresh your beverages, use the restroom, stretch your legs, and we'll be back in a little bit. Stick around, please. And we're back. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around with us. How was everybody's Halloween, by the way? We did have a weekend off last weekend for Halloween purposes. Take the children trick-or-treating.
Yep, they're older, but they trick or treat.
I did. I did the potato thing.
The potato
There was a
thing.
thing. Yeah. Okay. So apparently there was somewhere around Milwaukee. There was a lady that was giving out potatoes. It's a candy or potato. So I took potatoes over to like my daughter's house, and they have a big garage, and we decorated, and hundreds of kids come by for candy for trick or treating, and so we had potatoes out there, and to put potatoes in these two cauldrons we had on this big table set up with all these decorations, and yeah, the kids had a choice of candy or potato.
How many of them took
And
potatoes?
a lot.
What?
We finished a whole 5-pound bag was gone, and we could have gotten rid of more. It was such a novel thing. I guess it was so novel, and it was different, and they were excited, and they took potatoes. They took candy and potatoes. Sometimes we say, "Oh, I'll take both." It doesn't matter, but it was surprising how many wanted potatoes.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
It was just an experiment. Yeah.
in New Hampshire, and she said that there were people who are actually like she had a fire pit, and there were people who asked if she could cook the potatoes for them, like wrap them up in foil, and they cooked the
Oh,
potatoes.
wow.
And they came back for them later.
Wow. I wonder if that's just
Nice.
a novel thing or purports to how much food is needed in our country, right?
Could be.
I don't know. I think the impression I got from the kids is that it was just something different.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just something different, and it was. I got a kick out of it. That's what I just thought it was hilarious. But they enjoyed it. I wasn't trying to play a joke on them.
Yeah, yeah.
A trick, so to speak. But it was. Some of them were very curious. They were not curious. It was like dubious. They were like, "What is this? A potato? What?" And they were like, "Yeah."
I do want to note
Either or.
something very, very odd. Now that we're
Mhm.
back, the cameras have changed.
Yeah,
Wait for anything
I was
off.
about to say that too.
What? Let me have that name over here.
We're going to
No,
just.
no, you can't have
We're
mine.
going.
You got to go the other way.
We're going to. Angelus is the
That's
only
right.
one that
Yeah,
stayed
so it is.
properly. Yeah. So we're just going to leave it for now. We're going to switch it back. I don't know what it was. Something happened in Discord and had their cameras reversed. We're going to change it back so
that's
everyone
really
that's watching
funny.
will have the idea that Design Lizard is actually in Dantashin's spot. Dantashin is in Design Lizard's spot. So we'll
Oh
just.
wait, we just need to switch shirts.
Ooh, look at me. I'm Ulmer.
Yeah, let's go ahead and leave our shirts on for the stream, all right?
That's Friday night.
Good idea. Yeah.
But I
Good
do want
idea.
to take the opportunity to let our viewers know that we are definitely going to continue streaming on Twitch as normal. But we did start up we're going to start hopefully simulcasting on another streaming service as well. We're not going to start until we get a little bit more information. We do want to try to get up to a number of followers that will help us get ourselves to affiliate, very similar to what we are here on Twitch. But that is on the serving or on the streaming website kick.com. So if you go to kick.com, it's kick.com/Master of Dungeons, and give us a like on there. We'll give some more information on our community Discord server. You should note that in the stream, it is popping up to join our Discord server if you're not a member of our Master of Dungeons community Discord server yet. You can jump on there, and then if you select the streaming role, you will get some more information about that as that comes along. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick before we got back into the adventure. So let's go ahead and jump back into the adventure. You've gotten the information from Agatha the Banshee, trading the comb, and are able to go back to Sister Garael's in Fandaland. As you approach the shrine, you can see that she is still in her house. only been a few hours. Took you a couple of hours to get there. You had your midday meal. Were able to make your way into, and again, as I mentioned, it is late afternoon, early evening as you're arriving back in Van Dalen as well.
Well, we would like to tell her.
Go ahead, you tell her. You're flowery.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, uh, sorry, we couldn't get the spell book, but we did get the information. Know what happened to the spell book?
Oh dear, that's perfectly fine. That is all the information that I wanted. I did not want you to seek out such a legendary mage as Bowgentle's spellbook. I can definitely tell you've just started out your adventuring career, and I would never send you on such a harrowing adventure such as that. The information is all that we sought. Please, come in, come in. She says, I do have something else to mention to you about, if you'd be interested. And you see her kind of rub that spot where you saw she had covered up on her cloak.
I ask her if she has any more tea.
Of course, yes. Please, come in. And of course, as you settle in around there, she says, yes, the location or who she traded the book to is all the information that we sought. Of course, the fate of Bowgentle's spellbook being traded to this necromancer, Cernoth.
Cernoth.
Let me go ahead and give you a Cernoth spelling of his name.
Yes, old Cernoth, city of Erebor. It was 100 years ago, so he could still be around. I mean, if you want to check, you might be able to go and talk to him about it, but I don't know. It's been a while.
Well, that's information.
If he is around, if he's a necromancer, he's probably, he's probably still around. He just might not look how he used to.
Well, yes, that information itself would be enough to aid my superiors in their research, of course, to resume our search for this spell book. And I've got a really fun handout here for you all. Kind of depiction of the banshee coming out of her lair.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's
The banshee.
about how Ulmar had envisioned it. I do believe
Right.
he had thought of it. He had thought about it before he even got there, and he had no idea what the banshee would look like. And that's a banshee. That's pretty cool.
It is beautiful artwork. That's why I like showing the handouts here on the stream, because they've got some really, really beautiful artwork.
I like where it says she brooks no disrespect or threads in her home, or threats in her threads.
Yeah.
No disrespect or threats in her home.
She's not a big fan of. She's not a big fan of meta. She doesn't like threads. Anyway,
She doesn't like Elvish music either.
She doesn't like good Elvish music.
Touche.
But she does sit you down around the table. She says, "It does seem that each of you would exemplify the virtues of the group that I work with, my superiors, as it were." She kind of pulls back her cloak, and you notice that pinned to her is what appears to be some sort of silver harp with a crescent moon attached to it. She says, "I am a member of the Harpers, and I believe that our faction would do well to have such noble adventurers as yourself within our ranks."
Ulmar says, "Oh, well, all right." And he pulls out his lute. "I didn't know you played too." And he kind of starts strumming a few notes. Awesome. Where's your harp?
And she says, "Ha ha, no, my friend. See, the Harpers are a group of like-minded folk who do our best to oppose oppression, to uphold the weak, and make sure that those in power are not abusing it." And she lets you know that the Harpers themselves. Oops, give me a second here. If you happen to hear a loud cough in the background, my wife is a little under the weather. There we go. That Sister Garail is a member of the Harpers, a scattered network of adventurers and spies who advocate equality and covertly oppose the abuse of power. The Harpers gather information throughout Faerun to thwart tyrants and despots, and they aid the weak, the poor, and the oppressed. Sister Garail regularly reports to her superiors on events in and around Fandalen. I seem to want to paste into our Twitch chat. We're going to try to do so again. There we go.
I look at Ulmer and say, not that kind of harp.
Thanks. Now I
And
know.
then I
Well, she does, of course. Actually, speaking with you, she does pass a vial of a potion of healing to each one of you.
Nice. Yes.
You should already have that in your journals, but I'll pop that up again for you. If you join the Harpers, I believe that, of course, you do seem to exemplify the virtues of the network, and you do seem to possess a desire to enact positive change throughout the realms. If you agree, of course, you could gather information as you're working for other members of Fandalen and other citizens. And of course, it would aid us greatly in our endeavors throughout the realms.
Well, I think
Do not feel obliged.
abuse of power is something I'm definitely against, and I respect you for that. And respect is really important to me. So I think this is worth looking into. What do you think, fellas?
And
I
Cheryl
think
goes,
once we're done with our other business, sure.
Cheryl, when you say, what do you think, fellas, goes,
Fellows and elf ladies.
she says, I would, I've always desired to become a harper. I would agree. And of course, the sister says, of course, do not feel obliged to join. I just feel that your group, each one of you has the virtues that would work well within our faction, she says.
Okay. Well, I'm not one to step down from a challenge. It sounds like you guys need help. And he takes out a set of dice out of his pocket and kind of rolls them. And let's see. He gets. I'm gonna roll. Go ahead and roll some dice if you don't mind, just to see.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh,
4.
yep.
4.
I'm in. Being on board ship all the time, I carry these dice with me everywhere I go.
Nice, nice. So Shailrin is going to accept. She's definitely excited to become a member of the Harpers. What about Felix and Hannibal?
Always one to give in to peer pressure. Hannibal takes half a step forward and says, I'm in.
Okay. And she does look to you, Felix, and you can see a look of peace upon her face. She does not expect you to join just because your friends are. You are a person of your own volition, and you can decline if you wish, she says.
I have no problems joining in.
She smiles very, very gladly at everyone's acceptance, and she will give you all, in addition to your 3 potions of healing, she will give everyone a Harper pin. Now we're going to jump back over to the combat screen so all of our viewers can see the Harper pin as well. This Harper pin does give you the rank of a Watcher in the Harpers.
Watcher. Right.
She does note that if you happen to find any information while you're working for the various citizens of the town of Fandalen, to relay such information back to her as a Harper so that the organization can be armed with the information to help those that cannot help themselves, of course.
Okay. Olmar asks, should we report back to you? Are you our superior? Like you have superiors?
I do have superiors, of course, but yeah, I would say that I'm a watcher. Perhaps maybe I might be um, your information broker. If you have information that you deem would be worthy for the Harpers to know, please inform me, and I can inform my superiors of that information. Yes.
Very well. And
I asked Ulmer, so wait, she's our boss?
well, I guess she's kind of our watching boss. We're just supposed to watch. If I'm a watcher, then I'll watch, and then I'll tell her what I watched.
Gotcha. I wonder if she's the one that signs us up for the 401k too or not.
Oh, well, I was just worried about the hazing that we're going to get for our initiation. I'm not sure if I want to go through that anymore. On board ship was pretty rough.
Ooh.
But she does thank you very much. You're able to finish your tea and scones, and she does mention, of course, you probably have some more business. She does need to finish tending to the shrine for the evening. As you leave her house, it has definitely flourished into evening time, and the sky is growing a little bit golden with the setting sun to the west, as it is getting close to late evening.
Back to the Stonehill?
Sure.
To the end.
Back to the inn. Not a problem. You can make your way back over to the Stonehill Inn. Making your way into the inn, of course, you do see the familiar sight of Elsa behind the bar. Looking about, you do see that there are, of course, Toblin, the innkeeper, is there as well. That gave you the information about Thel Dindrar, the local woodworker who's was kind of bullied by the Red Brands. Of course, they provoked a fight and murdered him. Several townsfolk saw it happen, and they grabbed his body, and his wife, daughter, and son have gone missing as well. You also see Toblin's son kind of sitting up by the near the bar, kind of munching on some carrots and picking through a little bit of fish here and there. Probably about maybe 12 years old or so. He goes, "Oh, you're the adventurers that are staying here at Father's Inn, aren't you?"
That
That would
are?
be it. Yes, it is.
"Well, I've got some information for you. You're helping the town, aren't you, against those nasty Red Brands?"
Oh,
Who
well,
are you?
keep your voice down. We're not sure about this.
He
But
kind of
what
looks back a
information
little
do you
bit.
have?
It's like, "Well, my friend Cobb, he said he found a secret tunnel in the woods, but the Red Brands almost caught him. He also said he saw some weird goblins hanging about."
Weird goblins.
Weird how.
"Oh, I don't know. Cobb's the one that saw him. You'd probably need to speak with him."
Well,
Where's he?
"Cobb? Oh, he's Kellen Anderleaf's son, over at the Anderleaf farm." What you know is
when
down
did he
here.
see these?
I'm not sure. He just said he found a secret tunnel in the woods, but they almost caught him.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't see any problem talking to somebody on the Outer Leaf farm. Why not?
Tonight? Is it isn't that getting kind of late?
Yeah, it's getting close to late evening, fairly close to nightfall.
Should we wait till the morning? I mean, I've had a few ales here. I'm ready for a walk, but I'm fine to sit here and drink more.
I'm down to walk. I haven't done anything strenuous today.
Oh yeah, if you want to go out for a for an late evening walk around the area, you might be able to get a little bit more of the town.
Okay.
All right.
So we know where the farm is, and we don't have any problem finding it. Yes.
Yeah, Carp does let, or I'm sorry, Pip does let you know that it's down here.
Okay.
Of course, that sleeping giant is still pretty close by.
Yeah, we'll steer clear of what's down the road there. We'll just go ahead and go south, and then take the main road past the Lion Shield Coster and head over to the farm that way.
Like heading down this direction here? On your map?
That direction.
Yeah.
Stay on the road, main road, and it's getting in the evening.
Okay.
We're still new to the town.
You will note, though, as you're passing, let me go ahead and bring us over to the map screen so that our viewers can see the area as well. Making your way down around from the town green to the small little, what would be considered the town square, you do happen to pass by the Townmaster's Hall, of course. The Townmaster's Hall itself, of course, as you've heard, speaking with a few locals over your meals at the Stone Hill Inn, just in passing with the sister and those from Lion Shield Coster and the Barthen's Provisions. Fandale itself really doesn't have an actual functioning government, as it were, but the village elects a townmaster each year, and the townmaster serves as a judge in minor disputes and kind of keeps the important records. Of course, you do know that the current townmaster is a human banker named Harbin Wester, which you discovered in our last episode 2. There's not really a whole bunch to the Townmaster's Hall. You see that it's fairly small but serviceable. You can see that there are a couple of, from the outside, that there are a couple of windows that seem to be barred up, like with bars, most likely some sort of cells or something like that, to be able to be, like hold perhaps those that might need to be held in like a cell or a jail or something of that nature.
Peek in and see if there's anyone in the cells.
Well, as you go up there to approach, you do notice that there are official notices on a board beside the door of the Townmaster's Hall.
Pluck one down and read it.
It says that the Townmaster is looking for someone to head east on the Tribord Trail, where marauders have attacked several caravans near Wyvern Tor. $100 gold pieces contract to any group that can drive the marauders and any goblin companions away from the trail.
Like job for the future, maybe.
Is there anything else on the board? Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's the only one on the board at the moment.
Dance card's starting to fill up. We got to figure out.
Yeah. Many decisions, and a lot's happening in this little town, this sleepy little town here.
Not so
Moon
sleepy
meets
town.
the eye.
Not so sleepy.
I'll go ahead and post that in chat for you as well.
Okay. I'm just going to say job board. On the job board.
There you go. That's a great thing I love about doing, like when I'm doing homebrew games and such like that, like in my own campaign world and such, is having job boards are really, really great. Because most taverns, when they're going to, or taverns or inns or anything like that, especially when you have adventurers around, are going to have, people seeking out adventurers. So job boards are really a good thing for DMs to use to help get their characters into adventures.
Interesting.
Job board. All right, so
We're gonna crash for the night and head out in the morning.
Towards
we're going to go to the
right?
farm. I thought we were going to
Yeah.
go talk to them at the farm and then go back to the inn. Find out what was going on.
As you take the post down, the notice for that, you do see a familiar figure kind of come out of the Townmaster Hall. It's Sildar Hallwinter, the person you rescued from the goblins, and says,
Yep.
"Greetings, friends. What brings you to the Townmaster's Hall?"
Hello, Sildar. Oh, we're just heading down to this Alderley farm to kind of get a little information about a disturbance we heard about. And we thought we'd stop by here. We saw they have a job board. Looks like something to be done about some marauders on a Tribord trail. But just curious, looking around town. How are you?
Doing well. Of course, my room at the inn is paid for the next 10 days, I guess 9 days since. But I've been, I of course work for a group known as the Lord's Alliance. And my goal, of course, is to see Van Dalen thrive and become prosperous. Of course, that is one of the reasons why I came with Gundren to find this information about this lost mine of the Wave Echo Cave and help the Rockseeker brothers, of course, put it back into production. I do have, as you definitely go about and help the citizens of the town, but if you ever come up dry with anything to do, I do have a hefty reward for you. If you might be able to find some information for me at a later time. Not now, of course.
Okay.
But I do have some business to attend to. But I do offer a hefty reward for such a thing. When, of course, you've exhausted all your resources with aiding the people of Van Dalen. That is in both of our goals, of course, being that I want Van Dalen to thrive and become prosperous.
Of course. Well, we'll keep it in our back pocket, if you so to speak.
Anything else we want to ask him about before he leaves?
Yeah, if there's anything else you want to ask him, feel free.
Maybe if he knows anything about the miners exchange.
Oh yeah. The mysterious miners exchange. Yeah.
You want to go with that?
Sure. Sounds good.
All right, so we'll ask.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We'll tell Sildar some of the things we heard about the red bands, and tell him that we heard they're hassling everybody in Van Dalen except for the miners exchange. And what's up with that?
I've been just in town as long as you have. Of course, I did have the day a bit to discuss things with Harbin, Wester, the town master, but I'm not sure the events with the Van Dalen's Miners Exchange. You perhaps to speak with Halia Thornton. She seems to be the guildmaster of the Miners Exchange there.
Aaliyah Thornton. All right.
And I'll give you her name.
I was pretty close that time.
Nice. Playing the Forgotten Realms enough, playing the Forgotten Realms enough, you'll get the hang of spelling the names.
I didn't have the H. Oh, I put an H actually. I put an H. Aaliyah with an H. So, That's all he has?
Yeah, yeah.
Huntia? Okay. All right. All right. Thanks, we appreciate your help, Sildar. Um, we'll check back with you. I guess we'll probably see you at the inn or thereabouts sometime. We're heading back there soon after we check out this farm.
Ah, yes, that's wonderful. I plan on grabbing a meal and taking it to my room. But good luck.
Thank you. You too.
And he takes his leave and walks back over to the Stonehill Inn.
We're heading towards the farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you arrive at the farm, of course, you can see it's a fairly small farm on the southern edge of Fandalen. And you see a halfling woman. Seems to be closing up some of the barns, sheds, and such like that around the farmhouse. Again, dab and wattle, a little bit of stacked stone here and there, packed with mud and mortar. Wood frames crossing in on the outside of the house itself, a thatched roof as well. And she kind of looks up as she's walking up to the porch with a broom in her hand to dust the porch. Hello,
It's not to
travelers.
alarm. Yeah, it's not to alarm her. It was like, hello, hi. We're just out for a stroll. We're new to town. We're staying up at the Stonehill Inn. How are you
Yes.
this evening?
Yes, I know about you. I've heard about you wandering to town yesterday. Wanted to help the Rockbreaker brothers. Is that who they are? Of course.
The Rock
Yeah.
Seeker.
Rock Seekers. Yes.
Yeah. We might know a little bit about those guys. What's going on over here? Are you having any good luck with your farm? We've heard some things that have been coming out of the woods lately.
I haven't. Of course, the farm's much for me to attend to, and my young son, Carp, is a little bit spirited, a little precocious, and he's always traveling about. He did have a bit of a fright the other day.
Oh, so it could be real. He's just not making up tales, a young lad, huh?
Well, he is very enchanted with the idea of becoming an adventurer. So he does tend to play in the woods and make believe a lot. Yes.
Okay. Well, is he available? We'd like to speak with him.
Of course, yes. Have you got a place to stay? Are you staying at Stonehill? And if not, I've got. You stay in my hayloft up there. I've heard word from some of the other townsfolk that you're trustworthy folk. Everyone,
Well,
give me an insight check.
Sure. Well, I appreciate the offer, but we are actually staying at the inn.
Of course, her name is Kaylin Alderleaf. I'm going to give you her name, which you were given earlier from Pip. Felix and Hannibal, you can see that she seems to be fairly wise and pragmatic by looking about. Everything seems to have its own place. There doesn't seem to be much clutter. The farm itself seems to be well kept for. And it does seem as if when she's talking about, she does seem to know, everything that goes on in the town itself. And she kind of opens the door and she yells, "Carp, get down here. Some people would like to speak with you." And just a few moments later, you hear like thump, 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 coming down the stairs from up above. And coming out, probably about 12-year-old, maybe a little younger, small, halfling boy. Says, "Oh, yes, Ma, yes, Ma." And he sees you all in your adventuring gear and all stuff like that. It's like, oh, his eyes grow wide. "Real life adventurers. Oh, and just kind of stands in awe, staring at you.
I kind of nudge Felix forward, kind of hoping we may gain some favor. Kid to halfling-looking kid. Kid-looking halfling.
Halfling.
And as you kind of do that and step forward, he kind of, his eyes kind of drift over to Felix, and his eyes grow even wider. He's like, "You're a wizard?"
I am.
And he just is awestruck.
Your mother tells us that you're interested in being an adventurer as well.
Yes, sir. I've always dreamed of such.
She says you were having adventures out in the woods.
I do almost every day when I'm not tending the fields with Mum.
And what was the kid's name?
Pip.
The
It was Toblin's
Pip.
Toblin's son, Pip. Yeah.
And Pip says that you found something in the woods the other day.
Oh yes, Pip.
Would you be
He's
able
one
to
of my
tell us
best.
about it?
He's one of my best friends in the world. Tell you about what?
He said you found something in the woods the other day.
Oh yeah. I was playing in the woods near Tresendar Manor, the ruins out there east of town, and I found a secret tunnel in a thicket.
Secret tunnel, huh?
Yeah, a couple big scary bandits came out of a tunnel when I was there, and they met with some of the red brands from town. They didn't see me, but it was close. I think the bandits might have a secret lair under the old manor house.
That's very adventurous of you.
And he kind of crosses his arms and kind of stands very proudly at you, in front of you.
Well,
Any other questions from your notes?
How much do we think he's telling the truth, and how much do you think he's embellishing?
Give me an insight check if you wish. Yeah, Felix, you can tell he's being on the up and up, and he doesn't seem to be embellishing anything, especially with Halfling standing in front of him, Halfling adventurer, which he wants to become. And Hannibal, yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. He does continue on afterwards and says, and I also saw some strange goblins with them.
Strange goblins? What do you mean strange?
Well, they had glowing hands, and they ducked back into the tunnel.
Oh, Felix. Glowing hands. Mage goblins?
Age goblins or something else.
They had weird-looking heads.
Weird looking heads. Longer heads?
And do you describe what you had found out earlier?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, yes.
long-headed.
Yes, exactly like that, he says.
All right, kid. Think you could tell us exactly where this is? We think we are. I'd like to go look at this. Not right tonight. Not tonight. But say on the manor. Is that the old ruins up on the hill that we saw?
Yes, if you want, of course not tonight, but if you want, I can take you to the tunnel or give you directions if need.
Oh well, wouldn't want to put you in any danger, but yeah, you could go on a small adventure with us. Maybe take us at least to where we can see where the tunnel would be, the thicket. But I wouldn't want you to go anywhere near it.
Of course,
Could
of course.
be dangerous.
And you see Kellen kind of smiling as you're, kind of looking down at her son as you're all conversing. And he says, of course, of course. And he smiles and he kind of looks back again at Felix with his eyes wide and he runs back in the house. And Kellen's kind of leaning on the broom and she chuckles a bit and says, that's going to be in his head and he's going to be smiling ear to ear for the next few days after that. And she chuckles and she kind of takes a serious note. She says, well, friends, being that you're all new to Fandalen and such like that, and you're helping those of our town, if you need any information about different sites in the area, perhaps maybe meet with my friend, Radolf. There's not an inch of the land around the area that the druid doesn't know.
Radolf?
Radolf.
Okay. Where may we find this druid Radolf?
Yes. Radolf recently set out for the ruins of a town called Thunder Tree, just west of the Neverwinter Wood. The ruins themselves were about 50 miles northeast of Fandalen. And I can, of course, provide you directions to the place to be able to easily find it. And I will go ahead and go to our Sword Coast map and reveal the location of the Thunder Tree ruins, where Radolf was heading to. That way it's on your maps for when we go back to that map.
Okay. Thank you.
And let me go ahead also and put that in the... 1 second. Looks like the lag is back from earlier.
Uh-oh. So the Alderleaf family halflings, they're like normal halflings that would be in the area. Mm-hmm. They're not from Lightfoot halflings or whatever. Okay. So, yeah, we have a lot of different residents here: dwarves, elves, halflings.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the
melting
mix.
pot. Yeah.
Get the melting pot of a little town.
So again, you found out a little bit of information about these red brands. Something going on with the red brands around. You had mentioned you also heard something about Wester, the town master. Not really doing much about the red brands, as these ruffians have pressed into the town, seem to be harrowing a lot of the different local merchants and townsfolk and such like that. So, very interesting that whatever these big scary bandits were that Carp saw were meeting with a couple of these red brands as well.
Probably the same ones that are on that notice in Townmaster's Hall.
Perhaps.
It said something about goblins and bandits, so makes some sense.
One strange goblin. And an ogre and some bugbears. Oh, here we go. More bugbears.
You guys think it'd be stupid to walk by that sleeping giant on the way back to Stonehill? It's kind of late.
Are you asking?
It is. Night has kind of fallen. Obviously, as you were talking with Kaylin, she was lighting some candles and such like that on her porch and things like that inside. You can see Carp kind of going up to their table through the windows, lighting some of the candles inside the house as it's gotten darker. But as it has gotten darker, you can just obviously just another road over, you can hear the noise at the sleeping giant kind of starting to grow as it is getting close to as night has fallen.
Maybe not at night, gentlemen.
Oldmore kind of cracks his knuckles and says, "Oh well,
I'm here for it.
okay, all right." I was
Fluff
kind
up my
of
chest there a little bit. And so,
going to just walking by might not hurt, but if you want to wait, we can wait. Maybe not to push it. We just got into town, but I do say a good way to get to know a town is a good brawl. Uh, but well, we can go back to the inn if you want. It is getting late.
probably push through this way, avoiding the sleeping giant for tonight.
Okay.
Do we want to stop by the woodworker's house and give it a look over since, presumably nobody's home, considering everybody's vanished?
Oh yeah, good idea. We just take a quick little peek around, kind of
Any candles
If
lit?
see if there's anything amiss.
No, you can see that the windows have been boarded up, the doors have been boarded up as well. There's no light coming from the woodworker's home.
Oh, okay.
Can we find any way in? Like,
You can look around the outside if you wish.
yeah.
Go ahead and give me investigation checks.
All right.
Ooh.
Start looking around and
We're just
here
hitting,
we
we're hitting
go.
all of Felix's skills tonight, aren't we?
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I changed my dice out. It helped.
Yeah, you threw them on my table, you bum.
Oh.
yeah, it seems to be fairly boarded up solid. Obviously, the town masters had something since what had happened. The information you had gotten from Toblin about Thel Dendrar being murdered by the Red Brands. Several townsfolk saw it, of course, happen. And they took his body, and his wife and daughter and son have gone missing.
All right. So Ulmor, with his Nat 20 investigation, he says, "Yep, sure is locked up tight."
To get in, it would probably cause a bit of noise. I can let you know that much.
Yeah. Taking boards off the windows and such.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another day.
It was a good idea. I liked it.
As you start to make go ahead and bring your token back over here, if you would.
Uh-oh.
As you head into the street, making your way back to the Stonehill Inn, you find several armed, surly humans kind of waiting for you. Their scarlet cloaks are grimy. They kind of place their hands on their weapons as they watch you. And one of the ruffians kind of steps forward a little bit and spits on the ground. "You've been asking too many questions," he snarls. "Time to move on, strangers. Get your asses out of Fandalen and give us your stuff and be on your way." And on that note, we're going to go ahead and take our second break. It is a little bit after the top of the hour, almost a quarter past the hour. We're going to take a small break. For those watching, feel free to refresh your beverages, grab some snacks, use the restroom, stretch your legs, and we will be back very, very shortly to find out what happens with these little ruffians in the road with our small band of adventurers. Stick around, please. We'll be right back. All right. We are back. Let's go ahead and go over to our combat screen. Again, for those of you watching, we did have a little mix up on our cameras that fixed themselves during the session tonight. Hannibal is actually Omar, and Omar is actually Hannibal. The cameras fixed themselves somehow, and all the messing around, changing the cameras around at the beginning of the session tonight kind of righted itself, so the graphics are a little off. We'll change those after the stream tonight as well. Of course, we have Hannibal, our Dwarven Monk, Omar, our Half-Orc Barbarian, level 1 Barbarian, level 1 Bard, and Felix, our Halfling, level 2 Scribe, Wizard of Scribe, right? Order of the Scribe?
Order of Scribes, yep.
Excellent. You should see yourselves here on our map, and you see the all of them in front of you. Kind of just staring at you, again, spitting on the ground. Well, well, he says. Here's a whole bunch of pack of little puppies. Come down here. Time to move on, strangers. Give us your stuff and be on your way.
Before the break, you said he spit on the ground at us. I'll take my foot and kick some dirt over the spit to try to tidy up the mess that they made.
And they kind of just chuckle at you. And you can see their hands are on their weapons as well.
All right,
Well.
bad idea, but if you want to do this, and I will just slowly draw.
Yes, tipped elf seems fairly reasonable as well. Yeah, a fair tax indeed. This is our town. Cut about rutting your nose to stuff that you don't belong.
I'll say we go where we're needed, and I'll do a little simple flourish of the bow staff. Nothing threatening, but maybe hopefully a little impressive.
I'll look over at Hannibal. I'll say, "Oh, well, Hannibal," and I take out my my drum off my waist and.
As you move to your waist, they move to engage you.
Okay, all right.
It is initiative. Go ahead and select your
Boom.
token, please, and roll initiative. I will roll for your NPC cleric Shailrin. Who?
Children, go ahead.
Everyone that's in the initiative, we'll go ahead and sort that. First act is Shailrin. You hear her whispering words to Saluna. And of course, Shailrin is going to cast on Hannibal, Felix, and Ulmer. Bless. Let's make sure you put the concentration on her. Go ahead and, if you would, put the Bless icon and your token markers. And she is going to step back a little bit over to here. Just a little bit. To, still be within range of her healing word, which she has the healing word as well. And of course, she did mention she has to spare the dying and toll the dead as well. Her turn is over. Felix, you are up.
Let's see, what spells do I have?
Keep in mind, you are in a village. These are village houses around you.
Fireball.
Luckily, he doesn't have Fireball yet.
I know.
Only second level.
I know.
I do, however, have this tried and true sleep spell that I keep
That is
using.
true.
So I think I'm gonna try that.
Okay. If you would go ahead and pull out the spell template and drop it on the board for us.
All right. Let's see if I can remember how to do that.
Just drop in your journal, and then down at the bottom should be a folder with spell templates by spell. Go down to sleep and grab a hold of the sleep name and pull that out onto the board.
Okay.
There we go. Go ahead and position it where you want. We'll go ahead and move that to the back real quick. That way you can actually see where they're at. There we go.
That looks good. That looks like it gets all of them.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll the number of dice that you roll for the sleep spell. $19.
That's not very good.
This one here in the back falls asleep. He is now unconscious. Oops. Any movement for Felix?
No, I think I'm gonna stay right behind Hannibal and Ulmore
Okay.
for now.
Speaking of which, Hannibal is up.
Nope. So I guess Hannibal, just for doing this, Hannibal's gonna 5, 10, 15 over and take a healthy crack with the quarterstaff.
For those watching, of course, we are always interested in helping people learn how to not only play D&D but also Roll20. Hannibal, do you have your conditions and such like that open on your character sheet?
No.
Okay, that's good. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and walk through the viewers and show them how to do that real quick. Let me close down our monsters here. Ooh, that's a bunch of monsters. I'm going to open up our player sheet. And you should also, since it's Roll20, Hannibal, be able to see this live on your character sheet. Basically, what happens is on Roll20 sheets, they have conditions and things like that that you can actually turn on for your character sheet, and they're what's called global modifiers. So what you can do is you go to your Roll20 character sheet, and the fourth, you have your core, your bio, and your spells. You have your settings icon over here. Click on that, and then you'll see in your far right-hand column, all of these things that are called global modifiers. We'll go ahead and click on all of these for Hannibal. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main page and core. Now we'll be able to see some certain things. So like, for example, bless. We have bless as one of the global modifiers for the saves, of course. It's bless affects saves and attack rolls. We're going to come down here. We'll click this off over here. Click off the guidance. That's for guidance and such like that. We're going to click off this over here. We don't have sneak attack for Hannibal. Hannibal doesn't have anything for his defense since all of his AC is already added in. But we do have a global attack modifier of bless. So we have bless clicked for global attack modifier. We have bless clicked for saving throws. Now you will not have to add those extra rolls those extra dice to your rolls. They will roll right off the bat, except for the fact that you went ahead and rolled anyway. So the 20 is going to hit. Not a problem. So go ahead and roll your damage. For 3 bludgeoning from the dwarf monk. And those viewing, you're seeing my viewpoint as the DM. So you will see some of the numbers of the monsters. The players only see the actual green bar itself. Then for your bonus action, Hannibal, do you want to take the monk unarmed strike, or do you want to flurry of blows?
I'm gonna do the unarmed strike. Then go pop on the nose.
Not a problem, Tip Delph. That is one of the things that we want to do here during the streams as well. That's why we put new players welcome in the tags for the streams as well to help players with Roll20. I did happen to pass 7,000 hours in Roll20 last week. A 20 will hit as well for your bonus action for 5 bludgeoning. You step up with your quarterstaff and you swing, kind of catching them off guard as you kind of jump to attack before, as they draw their weapons to attack you. And you come up with your fist underneath his jaw and crack him really good as he kind of staggers a little bit, but isn't dazed or anything like that from the attack. Anything else from Hannibal?
Just 5 more feet of movement over to here.
Okay. The ruffians are up as the Red Brand kind of takes advantage of your movement, Hannibal, and kind of rushes forward to meet up with Ulmer in the front. This one is going to go ahead and move down 20, 25, 30 to Felix. And the other one is going to join his compatriot right beside. Actually, no, the other one's not going to do crap because he's sleeping.
He's
sleeping.
Yeah.
And so the ruffian on Hannibal is going to attack with his short sword. AC of 22 for 8
I'll let that
piercing.
hit.
For 8 piercing on the monk. The
Dang.
one on the barbarian will attack with his short sword. AC of 6 will miss. And then Felix, assuming that you have your, of course, cast your mage armor, that brings your AC to 16, right?
Yeah.
Without, of course, you have your shield spell as well. We'll see what happens. Do you want to cast your shield spell?
No, I'll take it.
All right, 6 piercing from the short sword from the other Red Band ruffian. Ulmer, you're up.
Okay. Well, guy just stepped up to me. Bring it on.
Any bonus action before you swing?
He is going to. No. I was going to do something. I was going to do some Bardic Inspiration before, but he's already.
Keep in mind you are a barbarian.
Yeah.
You're enraging me with your forgetfulness.
Yeah. Well, he was gonna do his Bardic Inspiration for you, but since this guy's up in there, he's just like, I guess I'll just go ahead and rage.
All right.
Yeah.
Rage. Let's bring it on. And
Did you figure out how to do the global modifiers as well?
yes, but mine is not. Let's see, where's rage? I don't have it on there.
That would be on your global modifiers. I'll go ahead and click over to Ulmer real quick.
Yeah.
So what you can do for turning that on for the rage and such like that is fairly similar. So what we'll do is you have your fields on already, which is perfect. So we'll make sure your bless is on, which is great. We'll go ahead and come down here. Your guidance is closed. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have any defense value from there. You do have your rage damage already turned on there, which is great. And your bless is already on. So just click on your rage damage like that. And now when you roll your damage, it'll automatically apply the rage as a separate little 2 points for your rage. You want to click that on too, because when you crit, since rage is a static number, that does not become doubled. At least as the 5th edition rules are right now. So go ahead. You are up, Homer. Swing away.
All right.
Do you want to attack with recklessly or not?
Not this time.
Okay.
No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna do regular attack. See what these guys have got. And whew,
A 19 plus 4 is a 23, which will strike true. For 10, for those of you watching also, I have them always roll with advantage, and we always take the left-hand number. Unless advantage or disadvantage applies, then we'll apply the right number as well. So this is going to be a hit, not a crit, but you still do 12 damage, which is a massive amount as you swing your Moon Touch longsword, striking the ruffian for 12 points of damage. Whew. As you open a gash across his face, you see his leather armor kind of split and blood kind of splatters out in Ulmer's face. Any movement for Ulmer?
Nope.
All right, that
Stay
is
right where he is.
the end of round 1. Round 2 begins. Shaelrin is going to look about, sees that Hannibal is a little wounded, and she is going to go ahead and use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Hannibal. Healing Hannibal for 7 points as her bonus action. And since she cast a leveled bonus action, she can still cast as her normal action a cantrip that requires one action. So she's going to try to help. Oops, that's the wrong character sheet. She's going to try to help Ulmer out a little bit, and she's going to target this one and cast Toll the Dead. It will attempt its saving throw, which is a Wisdom saving throw DC of 13. And it will fail. It is wounded, of course, so that's unfortunately only taking the second damage, which is the D12 of 1 point of damage. Necrotic. And that will be her turn, as she is, you of course hear her whispering prayers, or shouting prayers to Saluna, as it is nightfall. Felix, you are up.
I think I'm just gonna, Mind Sliver, the one in front of me.
Okay. One right beside you here.
Yep. Which is a, DC 13 intelligence save.
It will attempt its intelligence save. It will make its intelligence save with an 18. As you cast your Mind Sliver, the creature its eyes go wide as you can feel that you're trying to infect its mind, and it's a grin of evil comes across its face. Anything else?
There's not much else I can do.
All right, Hannibal.
I can't move away from him with it.
You could if you want. You could attempt. You could. If you wanted, actually, you could move back here without provoking an attack of opportunity. That does put you within touch range of Sheldon.
It's true. All right, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Takes us to Hannibal.
All right, I am going to take another baseball swing at the one in front of me with the quarterstaff.
Again, a 23 will strike true. For 5 bludgeoning, you kind of hit it on the side of its face. You hear crunch, as you can definitely hear the breaking of bone. And the creature kind of lets out a gargled yelp as you see a bit of blood coming from its mouth. As it kind of spits. Kind of that old slow motion.
I look at him and say, well, that was gross. I'm going to actually take a flurry of blows attack.
Okay.
Burning a key point and do 2 more punches. Hopefully, making some death and dismemberment.
That's gross. First of all, go ahead and just roll roll the damage to the first one. Instead of taking both your attacks at the same time, keep in mind that if you drop one, you can still move before you make your second attack. Okay. So your 13 will hit the first one. So go ahead and roll the damage from the first unarmed strike. For 3 bludgeoning, which is enough to drop it. As you flurry of blows comes out, you punch him right in the chest. You can hear the death rattle come out of him as the last of his breath expels from his body, and he falls to the ground dead.
Excellent. And yes, I would drop my movement action to hop over here and take my second punch against this one bothering Felix and say, hey,
go to the south.
Come on, over here.
Okay.
Look at the chest here.
Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Yes.
A 9 would normally miss. However, you are blessed by Saluna. An 11 will hit on the numbers.
Joyous. I flash her a smile as I deal 3 damage to this guy in front of me.
All right.
Hopefully taking the heat off Felix.
Indeed, it is the Red Brand Ruffian's turn. You will take the heat off of Felix as you see the Ruffian turn, brandishing its short sword in your direction. An AC of 19 for 7 piercing. And the one on Ulmer
That would have killed Felix.
will miss. Bring us around to Ulmer.
I'll just raging, of course, and smiling, like giving him the biggest skull grin that I can, and I'll spit in his face and say, "Welcome to the underworld," and I'll swing my sword.
Reckless or no? No? Oh, okay. Ooh, kind of backing up his
Okay.
words, critting.
Okay, so yeah,
Kick his ass, Seabass.
there it is.
All right, 17 points of damage. Describe how you kill. This is the one in front of you, right? To the north?
Oh yeah.
Describe how you finish him off, if you would, Ulmer.
Okay.
Keep in mind we are mature now. It's not just rated. It's not PG-13.
Yeah, I can. I could do this if I had to, but I don't think I need to. But yeah. Well, with that, I'm spitting in there. When I say "Welcome to the underworld" and I'm grinning at him, whatever, and I spit. I'm taking the sword and just putting it right in through his chin, right up through the top of his head.
You see, like, blood and viscera kind of explode away from the ruffian's skull as you slide the sword out and he slumps to the ground in front of you. Any bonus actions or movement?
Yes. I will circle around and stand here. Just kind of get him in between us.
Okay.
And I will get ready to attack again.
All right, top of round 3, Shailran is up. She is still concentrating on the Bless spell, but she does have, let's see, she's used 2 first level spells, so she has 1 slot remaining. She's going to reach over and touch Felix and cast a Cure Wounds for 11 points, Felix, healing you back to full. Which drops her down to 0 first level spells. She is spent. But she will pull out. I believe she's wielding a Warhammer, I think. Yes, she is wielding a Warhammer. She's going to pull out her Warhammer. And she is going to move around. Say, "Blessed be to the followers of Selûne." And she will come over here. Beside Hannibal, just in case. Felix, you are up.
I'm gonna reach out with a spectral hand and chill touch on the remaining awake bandit.
Well, keep in mind this, even though it says Chill Touch, that isn't a. I will let you go ahead and retro that if you want to. Chill Touch is actually a ranged attack, which would
Right,
give you
yeah, I know.
disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you're in melee combat and you to make a ranged attack, you will have disadvantage on that. So you can totally retro that if you want to.
okay. Let's do another mind sliver then, because that's
Okay, that's just a save. Yes, that's not an attack roll.
Yeah.
All right, attempting its intelligence save. It will make it save again. He's just grinning at you as it doesn't seem your companions are seeming to be able to defeat him as quickly as you hoped. And again, he grins at you, and you see that his attention has turned from Hannibal back to you.
You know what? I've got the hit points back now. I'm going to make a 5-foot step to here.
All right, he will indeed
And-
attempt to use his reaction to make an opportunity attack. Ooh, critting you for 10 points, Felix.
Okay. Can't even shield that, so.
All right, Hannibal, you're up.
Oh no, I tapped this one on the shoulder and said, sweetheart, over here, over here. They take a good hard swing with the quarterstaff to their side.
All right. Hitting him from behind, the 17 does hit, kind of cracking him in his ribs from behind. Go ahead and roll your damage. 5 bludgeoning. Nice.
And then I'll throw in a free punch because it's...
Oh! Oops. And your free punch for 8 points kind of strikes him right in the back of the skull, right at the base of his skull and his spine. And you hear a crunch, and his body grows taut, and he drops to his knees and falls to the
As he goes
ground.
down, I catch him, I tell him, shh, and just set him down gently.
All right. So those 3 ruffians have been defeated. After any movement, Hannibal.
I'm gonna move this way and ask the group if we should surround this one and wake him up, or if we want to wake him up and talk to him.
Okay.
And then I move closer.
Okay.
That's it.
Go ahead and finish your move.
Probably all. Oh no, I'm a
See,
monk. I can
5,
go far.
10, 15, yeah, 20 feet will get you right there beside him.
Well, I want to be right there beside him. Oh, you know what I do? Whatever. Because no one else comes, I'll just knock him out.
On his turn,
There.
he snores.
Nice.
Ulmer, you're up.
All right. I run up beside Hannibal. I'm still kind of breathing heavy, and I have my sword out. And what'd you say, Hannibal? Kill him. Kill him.
We killing this one or waking him up and talking? Kill him? Cool.
Oh, look. Ulmor, attack him
Okay.
with the sword.
You do have advantage on your attack roll, and if you hit, it is a crit. You will hit with a 28, so go ahead and roll your damage, and then give me an extra D8 on top of that.
E8.
And you finish the creature off.
Yeah, like that.
The red brand is dead in the streets in Fedalen in front of you, taking you all out of combat.
Anyone got anything for Ulmer? If not, I'll give him, or Felix, I'll give him one of my healing potions.
I
I've
have
got a potion I can use.
I have a healing. I can do healing word.
After your
that'd
rage
be-
subsides, of
wonderful.
course. Yeah, after your rage
Take-
subsides.
Yeah, bonus action. Well, I guess I'm still in. We're not in initiative anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Take my rage off. Bonus action, and then. Yeah, I'll just go and do cure wounds. Take my rage off.
All right, let's go ahead and bring you all back over to the Fandalen map. Oh,
4 points of healing.
We could always just take a short rest.
All right.
Yeah.
this did happen very close to the, like, kind of right up in this area, right near the end, as we were getting ready to enter into the end.
That's the end of the day.
Okay.
These guys tried to mess up our daylight savings time.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, the red
here's
brands.
the thing. What do we
Go ahead.
do with the 4 bodies that we've got laying here? Can't just leave them out.
Clean them up against the job board.
Well, the town master is there. You could take them to town master's hall if you need to.
Yeah, we probably ought to clean up the mess.
One way to find out how deep he is into these clowns.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then.
I'm not sure what good I'm going to be helping trying to drag these bodies, though.
Yeah. Well, you can carry their swords that fell.
Yeah, each one of them does carry. There are 4 short swords there. They don't have any coin up on their corpses, but and the amount of damage you've done to their leather armor really isn't going to net much. But you can take their 4 short swords if you wish.
Nice.
For safety.
Yeah. And a little bit of coin later.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. So looting them. Do they have any other thing? Do they have coin on them?
No coin, just their short swords.
Okay. All right. And we're just dropping them off at the townmaster's hall right on the front porch. And
No, you do notice that the townmaster's hall is closed tight for the evening.
okay.
So it would be dropping them off and leaving them for someone to find in the morning.
As
Time
you
up a little bit.
As you get up there, everyone give me what's your passive perceptions? We have 11, a 15. Hannibal, you actually note that there's a sign on the door that has the townmaster's hours, which is mid-morning to nightfall. Any other inquiries can be made at Harbin Wester's home.
We're getting a
And
new arrow.
you should see that.
Yep.
Yep.
There it is. We're going to talk to Harbin tonight.
Probably.
Okay. At least tell him we put the bodies near.
Stash the swords in a bush over here by the woodworker's abandoned cottage.
Okay.
I mean, you could easily carry them in your pack, Ulmer, if you need to.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put all the swords in my pack. And,
Knock, knock, knock.
it's up here.
A strange older woman opens the door. What? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, you're able to make your way up to Harbin Wester's home, and you knock on the door, and of course, it is nightfall, but still, in a state of like the top of their collar button open and stuff like that. You see a human answer the door. Says, "Yes, the adventurers. Yes, yes. I've heard a tale from Sildar of you helping the townsfolk. What can I do for you this eve?"
Well, we're cleaning up the town, and we have 4 bodies for you.
And he kind of
Ruffians tried.
a look of shock comes off his face as soon as you say it. It's like, what?
We were just walking back from the elderly farm and they blocked our path, spit in our way, and definitely drew first.
Citizens
We
of
defend ourselves, and this is what happened.
Citizens of Fandango would do such?
Yeah, we think they were with those red branders. Red branders are trouble that we hear.
Everyone give me
Yeah, the red shirts,
everyone
they
give me an
all have-
insight check, please. Felix and Hannibal, as you say that the Red Brands is like, oh, the Red Brands. I don't think they're in much trouble. They're just a mercenary guild, not much trouble at all, really. And but Hannibal and Felix, you can kind of see that he's got a little bit of fear in his eyes.
Maybe these 4 just stole some Red Brand armor and tried to claim themselves to be them.
Wannabe
They
gangsters.
are definitely yes.
That's for sure. They picked a fight. And they lost.
Oh well, if indeed you were accosted in the streets, I'm sure that everything can be taken care of in the morning. I'll send someone over to fetch the bodies, and we'll contact you upon the morn at the where are you staying? At the inn?
At the end, yes.
Yes, yes. Well, I'll have someone recover the bodies, and we'll have send word to you the first thing in the morning.
Yeah, we'll be up at Tobin's place.
Yes, yes, yes. And again, you can kind of see a little timid and a little nervous.
Well, once we get back to about here, I'll ask
Okay.
if maybe we should throw the swords back on the bodies to claim that we were accosted, and then leave 4 unarmed bodies. May cause questions.
Well, you do have the
Yes.
swords. You do have the swords.
Okay, it's Wild West style. We won't be. Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking like, oh my gosh, DNA fingerprints. There's none of that. You'll be fine.
CSI.
Do we
no.
leave the bodies?
Now I'm getting
leave the bodies
suspicious.
at Town Master's Hall?
So what now,
Yeah.
Felix? I'm sorry.
We're gonna leave the bodies at the Town Master's Hall, so he doesn't have to go searching for the bodies in the morning.
You had already dropped them off there, and he said that he would go over there and send someone to pick them up for you. Yes. All right, so you make your way back to the Stonehill Inn and are able to get yourselves cleaned up with wash basins and such in your rooms, and are able to go ahead and take a long rest and sleep for the night. And we will find out what happens in the aftermath of this next Sunday, November 12th, for episode 4 of Fandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, as this is going to bring our stream tonight to a close. Great job, guys. Great job.
All right.
Thank
A little
you.
bit more information. Found out a little bit more about these Red Brand brigands, these ruffians. Some more quests and such have been put on your plate that you have options to as well. But yes, make sure to take the benefits of a long rest, and we will pick up right here next week. Of course, thanks to all watching. As I mentioned, we will be back next Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, since we are on Standard Time now after the Daylight Savings Time ended last night. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. for episode 4 of Fandelver and Below. Thanks for watching tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back for our Around the Campfire stream at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. Of course, Tuesday we have Dungeons and Deliberations. Wednesday we have Tavern Talks with Shifty Boar. And Thursday and Friday we also have our dungeon delving streams also. Yes, I'm glad to be back as well, Don Shin. Glad to be back after the Halloween break. We should have a couple of great weeks of live adventures, D&D, here on Sunday nights. Of course, thanks to all our supporters, especially our patrons from Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider becoming a patron or subbing here on Twitch, twitch.tv/themasterofdungeons. We love Prime subs as well. If you happen to have Amazon Prime, connect it to your Twitch account, and you can have a free sub every month to different channels. Of course, the link to our Patreon page, as well as our YouTube channel and all of our social media accounts, can be found in the About Us section below here on Twitch. If you would subscribe to us on YouTube, it is free. Like and comment on the videos. We have over 100 videos up on there, getting lots of great views. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Give us some likes, retweets, all of that good stuff. Every sub, like, and share helps us immensely. You can also support us by clicking on the About Us section below and join the Master of Dungeons Community Discord server, where you can help shape an accepting, caring, and inclusive D&D community. The merch store is also open. We have some great Master of Dungeons t-shirts up there. There's a hoodie, some glassware, and some baseball caps. Check those out. We mentioned earlier in the stream, we're not ready to start simulcasting yet, but we did create a kick.com account as well. If you go to kick.com/Master of Dungeons, you can follow us on there as well. Once we get up to 75 followers and have a little bit more knowledge about the site as well, we're going to start simulcasting both here on Twitch and on Kick as well. Of course, tips are always welcome, but not expected. Thank you for watching. Gentlemen, do you have anything, parting words to say to everyone?
Thank you.
Thanks everybody in the chat for your input, and good to be back.
All right. Yes, thanks everyone for watching, and as always, take care. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, for Around the Campfire. Until then, as always, happy adventuring. Good night.